Lord Howe Island has Australia's highest diversity of land snails compared to its area, with more than 70 endemic species, which is really amazing. All those species are only known from Lord Howe Island.
As there are a lot of different species of different sizes, so the largest species is up to 4 centimeters wide and the smallest just a millimeter. There are many different strategies that we need to use to find snails. They also live in different habitats.
So we have some that are ground dwellers and found in the leaf litter. And for the larger ones, we can do visual searches, turning over logs and that sort of thing. But for the smaller ones, we need to take a bag of leaf litter and bring it back to the lab and sieve it, and then look through it under a microscope to find the really tiny snails. But there are also species that live only on rock faces, in which case we're looking with our head torches in little rock crevices to find them, and others that are only arboreal and are found in palms and in other trees.
We have surveyed now Lord Howe Island for 6 or 7 years, and we are still finding new species or very rare species where we find only a handful of specimens. So today we found, or you found, a single specimen of a species that hasn't been found since 1943. The largest diversity is in the southern mountains, which is quite a steep terrain. It's very hard to go there in the dark. At night it'd be unsafe for us. So we have to try to make the best of our limitations in finding these snails.
When we started surveying here 6 or 7 years ago, it was very, very dry, and also there were still rats really rampant on the island. And so from those early surveys, we found very few of the larger species because they were heavily impacted by the rats. Once we got to the rodent eradication, we've straight away started to see a lot more of the larger species. They're gradually increasing. And also with the wetter weather, I think, in the last year or so, that's also probably helped their recovery.
They actually caused the extinction of one species, at least that we know of, and several species are considered as critically endangered.
This trip's been really exciting, actually. We're surveying for snails generally across the whole island, but we have as our focus as well the 4 critically endangered species. And we've been surveying for these species for several years, in a row now. 2 of them, I guess, have increased very gradually from none or maybe 1, if we're lucky, in the early years. And this year we found over 200 of one of those species, so that was a really dramatic increase. The big exciting one was Gudicunca magnifica, one of the biggest land snails on the island, last seen 19 years ago in 2002, and we really thought it was likely to be extinct because of rodent predation. And this year we found a living one for the first time in 19 years. Very exciting.
So hopefully in the future we find some more.